Welcome, everybody. Let's take a look at the market. It's a few minutes before 3 my time here in Texas, which market's going to close. The intraday market's going to close, and it'll trade for an extra hour for futures. So we're looking at the futures here, the S&P 500 June contracts, which is the most relevant contract being traded for S&P 500 futures. Now you can see that the market is pretty much eclipsing all-time high today as we look at the weekly chart here. You know, guys and gals, I've been trading for so long that I don't really care what the market does. I just trade it to make money. When you get to a point in where you've been trading for as long as I have, you don't really get too excited about lows and highs, and you just take advantage of the market. And that's something you learn, I think, over decades of trading. You realize anxiety and things like this are really the enemy to profit making. So I'm sure there's a lot of people who are very anxious today because, oh my gosh, all-time highs, and you hear a lot about FOMO, fear of missing out, and all this stuff. I don't not saying don't ever have anxiety. Of course, there's always going to be always got to deal with human nature, but when you're trading for as many years as I have, the lows and highs make no difference. I don't care if the market's going. The only time I don't like the market is if it's going sideways. Okay. Other than that, bring it on. Okay, because money's to be made, right? There's money to be made here. There's money to be made here. It's all about adjusting and adapting to a moving market. If you get concrete about a market, you're in trouble. If you're flexible and you can adapt, great. A lot of that has to do with proper risk management, like taking small to medium positions, which I talk about all the time. Don't overextend yourself, because then you can cut those positions loose. You can turn right around. You can trade in the opposite direction if you need to, and you get a little bit of losses you made. You can recoup them, right? These kind of things that are doable when you just don't allow the market to get you emotional, I guess is really what I'm coming down to. Right? The less emotional you can be, the far better trader you're going to be. Okay, so on the weekly chart here, obviously, as we're looking at happen right now, it's breaking all-time new highs. That's great. Obviously, lots of opportunity here the last few weeks, and we'll see how this plays out. Do I think there still might be some kind of pullback? Yeah, there might be, or a pause up in this area. It could still happen. Then again, that just could have been it right there, and we don't see any kind of dip at all, and we'll have to adjust the cycles and just move forward. So I'm going to wait a little bit to see what happens from now, which is the middle of June, middle of May to the middle of June. There's like a month left here, okay? I want to see how this plays out, and if this thing just keeps going and it's going this way out into summertime, like as we get into mid-June, early July, and there's no dip in the market, great. We know these cycles are not valid, and we just change them up and we'll just draw cycles coming off this low right here. But for right now, I'm not fully convinced there's not still maybe something out here, because there could still be something. We'll just wait to see what happens. Let the market do what it does. Meantime, we just trade it. Obviously, the market's turned up. It's very strong. Momentum that crossed over here has now just gone flat. Looks like it's trying. Let's see if we can get this to do that. Yeah, momentum down here is just gone flat. Yeah, it may cross over and go up again. Look at this momentum. Jeez, it's still crazy. I mean, this is still near all-time highs at 160. It's like very high. And that tells me that at some point, probably out here in 2025, okay, maybe even way out into the middle of 2025, I don't know. But based on what I'm seeing here, there's some unfinished business here. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think this level, okay, the intraday's closing right at the all-time high. I don't think this is finished business. I just think that the market, it may get up to 5,500, 56, wherever it goes. Who cares, right? Doesn't really matter how high it goes. It's all just held up by bubblegum and toothpicks anyway. I mean, none of this is real, right? Does anybody really firmly believe these corporations are worth this kind of value? No person really honestly believes that. I mean, we just trade what the market gives us when we make money. That's understandable, but nobody believes these valuations are really actually accurate. It's all baloney, right? It's just all held up by toothpicks and bubblegum, man. So at some point, this is going to give it all up. Who knows where? Out in 2025, probably the most likely scenario where this all comes crashing down. But for now, we ride the wave and make the bank. Okay, so obviously market's very bullish, and like I said, we'll keep an eye on this for the next month and a half to see what it does here in this area right here. June, even though it's kind of hidden back here, is June 16th is the cycle low. Okay, all right, let's move on to the daily chart. All right, so this is the daily chart. You can see the MACD sitting right around 78. You know, when I see this kind of numbers on the daily where it's not up in the 80s, it just kind of sitting way above the upper line, but it's in the mid to high 70s and just keeps kind of staying there. That's typical of a very bullish market, right? It isn't until you get into nosebleed section like 85 and 90 that the market starts getting weak. Okay, but when it's sitting around in the high 70s like this, that's just very bullish. Obviously, the MACD is looking very healthy as far as long side bullish trend here, yeah. We can see it hit 53.37 and a quarter and pulled back about 10 points already here as we go into post intraday. You know, I don't, you know what's interesting? Like why do traders, like what are they so scared of? Right? If you just think about this pragmatically, why doesn't the world just run this right up now to 6,000? Right? Does everybody just buy? But you can't really, right? There's only so much buying that can be done until there's no more buyers and everything's exhausted, right? So you have to have this cyclicality to trading. There's buying and there's selling and there's buying and selling back and forth and yeah. But if we're going to prop up this whole regime, if we're going to prop all this up and just pretend like all this is real value, then, you know, why stop? In my mind, just, you know, if we're going to do the Banana Republic thing, come on, let's do it. I mean, I'm ready to make a couple $1 million. If we're going to turn the United States into a Banana Republic, which is really what all this nonsense is, then, you know, let's get it on. If that's, because that is what's the game, that's what this game is, right? If everybody doesn't understand that, that's what's happening. I'm not trying to be like a pessimist. I'm just saying I know for a fact that there's no way that top 500 corporations in America have this kind of value. This is all propped up baloney. Well, if we're going to play this pretend game like all this is what real value is, then just let the sucker run. But no, we still play it's interesting human nature, right? Fear, right? Greed and fear literally drive a lot of this nonsense. Well, and corruption. Well, that's part of greed. I mean, there's massive corruption in the stock market. Huge corruption. Anybody that thinks there's not corruption in the stock market, you haven't been paying attention. Okay. But then maybe I'll do a video on that in a different day. I just want to kind of chime in here about hitting all-time highs and how it's all so fake and, you know, whatever. We're gonna leverage whatever the market gives us and make money on it. But I find it kind of it's just it's all just kind of fantasy, right? It's not really backed by the value of corporations, their products, their services. There's no way that this is their true value. It's just, you know, pie in the sky stuff. Okay, so far as, you know, members pay attention to the emails tonight, I'll definitely give my opinion. I'm not always right about what the market's going to do, but I'm still going to give my opinion about it. And so there'll definitely be emails tonight on that. And here we've got May 28th and June 2nd kind of as a cycle low. This one over here is more lines up with the weekly. So this period right here is going to be really important to see what does the market do. Does it just pause over here and then take off again? Which kind of what I would expect to happen given how strong this is. Maybe pulls back a little bit and takes off. Something like this probably could happen. Does it just say, nope, that was it, way over here. I don't care about this supposed cycle low. it already happened way over here. We're done, and there's not going to be any pause here, and we're just going to the moon. So we're gonna, to me, like the next month really is important to get a feel for what is the market really telling us. The next month is pretty critical. I think no matter what, as we get, well, I shouldn't say no matter what, but the chances are very high as we get out into July that the market will probably be very strong. Maybe we see 5,600, 5,700, 5,500, whatever. The market could really take off, right? I mean, gold, I think today almost reached 2,400. Let's see. They both took off at the same time today. Yeah, gold is got up to 2396. So basically right back up to where it was 2,400. So I noticed this morning both gold and the S&P 500 took off. So clearly some big money flow was moving into both of those futures. Yeah, pretty wild. Okay, let's look at the intraday charts and see where the trade of the day was. All right, so here's the 15-minute chart. The future started last night right there. They haven't quite ended yet, but they're going to end over here. You can see through most of the night, it just tacked along the 5270 line. And then bam, right exactly at pre-market, we had this huge 32-point range blast off. Okay, and of course the Get Us Plus indicator said, yeah, there's a trade there. And of course it was right. And to the moon we went, all-time highs. I said to members this morning, I said, we're probably gonna hit all-time highs today. And sure enough, we inched our way all the way up there, little by little. It's almost like a goal, right? I noticed that about the market as it gets near all-time highs. Buyers it's like they make it their goal to break all-time highs. It's like it's their mission, It's really kind of funny. It's just like a big game, So anyway, that's what happened today. And I'm more than happy to make money during this run-up. Heck yeah, why not? Plenty of money to be made. Even after this big blast off, we had 52.90 pretty safely all the way up to 53.20. So that's 30 easy 30 points. Those are 30 easy points. A lot of money. Okay, that's $1,500 on one contract. That's $3,000 on two. So big money today. Huge. Trade of the day right there, guys and gals. Super easy to pick out. Get Us Plus indicator nails it, and off to the races we go. It just stayed elevated the whole day up in the big box rectangle. MACD says, oh yeah, I'm positive. I'm staying positive. Easy trade. Literally one trade for the whole day, guys. You just take the trade right there and just stay in the market. Gets up here, kind of runs out of gas. Right on 1 o'clock. Your typical 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock run out of gas scenario. Okay, fine. Everybody knows the deal. Close the positions, done for the day. Yeah, that was just huge money today. It was crazy. Beautiful day. If you want to become a member, there's a discord.com link in the description below this video. Make sure you read those instructions. Then click on the link. It's going to bring you over to Get a Server. Click on Server Shop. It's going to bring you over to here to this page here. $7.99 a month. I mean, I've been saying to lately, invest in yourself. Spend 3 months. Spend $25. Okay, you saw the Get Us Plus indicator today, right? I mean, just the $8 a month alone. The Get Us Plus indicator alone is worth $8 a month. That thing has been like consistent for at least 2 years now. Consistently making people money. Makes me money. It's not always perfect, but it gets it right often. The streaming charts are down here. The S&P 500, they're streaming 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. For only time they're closed is for 1 hour when futures are closed. Other than that, they're streaming the data. You get the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour charts down there. And when you join, just ask me in the member chat, hey, Get Us, where is the link for the gold streaming charts? I'll give you that too. Okay, both the S&P 500 streaming charts and the gold streaming charts have their own alerts here and here. So you can just right click and turn them on, turn notifications on. Really nice. Premium symbols, every day, Monday through Thursday. I have Logic that goes out and gets premium symbols and puts them in here. There's industries in there. There's optionable stocks symbols in there. There's symbols that are shortable. There's future symbols in there. So there's a lot in there to choose from. Get Us only posts. This is where I post the video link every night, Monday through Thursday. like the video I'm doing right now. So you can watch the video right there on that channel. Super nice. Also, each night I put out notification in this channel that the emails go out, the nightly email. So you might want to right click on this one and turn notifications on that channel too. And speaking of nightly emails, when you join, put your email address in the emails only channel if you want to get the nightly email. And that is the daily chart of the S&P 500. It has the cycles on there, the daily cycles. It has the support and resistance on there, and it has some good information on there. Plus, I also usually put a couple sentences or more of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day. Okay, really nice. And then you up here we have just a regular member chat, the S&P 500 chat. So that's what most of the chat occurs. Been a lot of solar activity lately. I do track that. We had a lot of solar flares lately, so very interesting to keep track of solar activity and its impact on the Earth, plant life, human life, you name it. The sun has a dramatic impact on everything on the face of the Earth. Without it, of course, we would be a dead planet. So there's been massive solar flares for the last 2 weeks, huge, and I think we'll see some very interesting effects for quite some time to come from these solar flares. So this is everything you get in this vertical rectangle here for $8 a month. The S&P 500 and gold streams, the alerts that go along with it, the premium symbols, the video Monday through Thursday, the nightly emails Monday through Thursday, and of course member chat. Last thing we're going to talk about is the rules. You got to read the rules. If you don't know the rules and you break them, well, I'm going to be in your face about it, and it's going to be your fault because you didn't read the rules. Again, here's the refund rules, as well as the be nice to everybody else rules. Don't post any nasty language, foul language. I won't tolerate it. Be respectful to other people. Be kind. No links going to nasty content. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to scold you. If it gets bad enough, I'll kick you. If it gets real bad, you're going to get banned, okay? So don't be that person. And lastly, there's a disclaimer in there that I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I don't care who's posting what on this server, me or anybody else. Everything on this server is strictly educational purposes only. No financial advice is implied whatsoever. You are responsible for your own trade, guys and gals, but that's a good thing. You should be responsible for your own trading. And I believe this service that I provide for a crazy cheap price is going to help you be a better trader. The service has been really good. I turned it into a business because I knew what I was doing was making me money, so I decided to turn it into a small business, and a lot of people are taking advantage of it, and so should you. Okay, don't be cheap. $8 a month is, think about it this way. If you spend $8 a month, but you make $100 a month, $200 a month, $50 a month, I mean, the membership easily pays for itself, right? If you're patient enough, it's probably going to make you more money than you're spending on the membership. All right, I think that pretty much covers it. Hope everybody had an awesome day. Today was an awesome day, hitting all-time new highs. Both gold and S&P 500 right up to their all-time highs. So good stuff going on. I think there's going to continue to be plenty of opportunities in the marketplace. So take advantage of it while you can. All right, happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.